Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I have here an article, and more than an article, I have a picture depicting the President of the United States of America and the First Lady, Dr. Jill Biden, showing up at a certain kind of event. And by doing that, giving an utmost importance to some political decisions that were made that have nothing to do with these guys. These guys are just victims, not of certain kind of things, are victims of about other kind of things, are victims of the US government's decisions to put them in harm's way for other people's interests. So what's going on here? Let me show you. Here, the New York Times, United States hits back at Iran with more than just airstrikes. So United States destroyed and attacked two countries, independent sovereign countries, killed people, bad people, we're told, and because they killed three Americans. Not good that they killed the Americans, not good. But for those three, they bombarded countries. The country took a decision that could spark another world war. For those three, we're told, or that's maybe the cherry on the cake. Here's the picture. Can you guess when that is? So, yeah, these two showed up as the unfortunate victims, military personnel, three of them, who were killed by drones in Jordan, defending their interest in Jordan. And they're right here pretending to be serious because these caskets with the remains of those American soldiers are brought. So they are pictured like, see, they care for us. That's why we should destroy those mofos over there. This is sad, and I say that's criminal, that this garbage uses these dead people to maybe start a new world war and destroy it at will. You remember, the whole US army is involved, military, is involved in destroying the terrorists. Okay, now, I don't want to be too bad, but it's three people. I know they have families, and I know that's a tragedy. But we go by numbers a little bit. Three people, United States might attack areas that could trigger a war with Iran. They show up over there. Okay. Did you see those people who unfortunately lost their lives? The three unfortunate soldiers? Did you see them? Let me show you a picture. So I will start from far away, so it doesn't seem like I'm making up shit. US identifies three soldiers killed in attack in Jordan. So these guys, they were the unfortunate victims right here. All right, that this guy, where is it? Not that guy, but where's the guy? Shows up and says, you know what, these guys, unfortunate guys, that I think they're the victims not only of those guys over there, but also the poor decisions of these guys defending our interests. Not our interests. No. Not our, their interest. So these guys, you see them, 1, 2, 3. Now this, he showed up over there. Okay, very good, very good. You have time for three people. That's good. Now, do you remember when Brittany, what was his name? Brittany Griner, the basketball star, was released in a few months, and Paul Whelan is still there, the American 5 years in, the Americans put all the might into releasing her, but Whelan was not released. It was not exchanged for anybody, like she was for remember Victor Baut, the merchant of death, the mustache guy? Okay, now they did everything and they got her released. Whelan, no, he's still there, 5 years. They tried to get Gergovich, again, special. All right, so let's move on. My question is, they showed up right there. Do you remember this one? CNN? Biden to head to East Palestine 1 year after train derailment, after facing intense pressure to visit. So, as bad as this is, he didn't show up here. He didn't show up there. Not in the next day, not the third day, not the fifth day. A year maybe, after intense pressure. So he has to be pressured? No. That's democratic system for you. I need votes. I need photo apps. ops. Like that, right there, those 3 people over there, right here, they right now are used as this. They are used as this. He does not go over there because, and here, he shows up here after a year. I wonder why. Well, I got more for you. Do you know if it's such important that 3 Americans lost their lives, we're gonna attack those guys, and potentially Iran could attack us and start terrorism in the United States of America? How about this little thing? You remember this thing here? Right there. Number of overdose deaths by fentanyl in the US from 1999 to 2021. Have you ever seen him visiting any hospital or anything like this? 3 people. As bad as it is, my friends. Right here. Can you see the statistics? So this year, 70,601 Americans died in 2021. They don't show it now, but it's going up. So 70,000 died of Americans. Did he show up at one funeral? And besides, these things are a resultant, I would say, of his failed policy. So he could be held accountable for that, shouldn't he? Those 3 people who were killed in Jordan, someone sent them over there. It was not me or you. To defend what exactly? Fight against terrorists to keep us safe? That's a blah, blah, blah. Okay? You want to find terrorists? Well, first take a mirror and then you go starting from there. Not you or I, we're good. Those guys over there. So nothing about the fentanyl, and I'm not done. So first, he doesn't give a fuck about these guys. Second, right here, and I got the third one right here. U.S. deaths due to fentanyl nearly quadrupled in 5 years. This is May 3rd, 2023. Quadrupled. He has been the president in what, 3 years and a half? Did he do shit about it? No. Did he show up? No. So you see, when I see him here, I don't believe that's genuine whatsoever. I think it's ridiculous and criminal. So let's see what these guys are saying. Overdose deaths in the United States tied to the powerful synthetic to the powerful synthetic opioid fentanyl soared 279% from 2016 to 2021, health official reported Wednesday. In just 5 years, they get the 5 years. You can find it in 3 years, but they don't want to find it in 3 years because we're going to shift towards this garbage who didn't do shit. In just 5 years, in top of that, you remember fentanyl supposedly comes from Mexico. Supposedly it's from China, Mexico, US, through the border. Who doesn't fucking want to close that border? Who wants to close it now when we have what? February, March, April, November elections? This garbage? I don't believe shit. Right here. In just 5 years, that's involving fentanyl. The most, why did they say 5 years? So they put Trump, they overlap Trump's as well. That's the only reason. Just most frequent implicated substance rose from 6 per 100,000 people to 22 per 100,000 people, according to the U.S. Center of Disease Control and Prevention. Now I'm going to go to this one right here. Fentanyl overdoses became #1 cause of death among U.S. adults age 18-45, a national emergency. Anybody? National emergency, I would say it. Bad? Very bad. Very bad. Pig? Very much. All right, so this is another. More adults between 18 and 45 died of fentanyl overdose in 2020 than COVID-19. Motor vehicles, accidents, cancer, and suicide. This is based on a certain kind of policy, my friends. Motor vehicles, accidents, what are they going to do? Cancer, what are they going to do? Suicide, again, if life is fucked up, maybe some people are also in charge, and the guys in charge should apply some, I don't know, make some policies, something, no? Next, I'm for as much freedom. You want to take that, do whatever you want. You want to take that, do it. Don't harm anybody. If you harm yourself, that's not my problem. You are a free human being. If you're a free human being, you can do anything you want to yourself. That's how I think. If you're not free and someone else tells you something, you're not free. We are or we're not. Now, regarding this, there could be certain kind of attempts to stop the illicit transfer of fentanyl over the border, don't you think? Did you hear anything about it? No? No? They call us this ists and this phobes if we even dare to say something about it. Now, let's move to the next one, because I'm not done with only fentanyl, the East Palestine or Palestine, however you want to call it. I have another one, and this is even worse than that one. Why? Because you deal with hunger, my friends, hunger. And not only with hunger, but I have here with children in hunger. Children are vulnerable because they can't make decisions, and they are, you know how children are, not developed, don't know what's going on, don't have jobs. So it's a life that is created by their families, and the families work in an environment created by the society, and society has its leaders. They're supposed to, sometimes monitor and sometimes support certain things. Not interested in this one, Biden, not interested. So let me tell you about hunger and children in the United States of America. Hunger in America. And these are direct results of the policies, all right, or lack of. Everyone needs nutritious food to thrive, okay? And while people are working hard to provide for themselves and their families, approximately 49 million people, that's 50 million people, bigger than Poland, Ukraine, it's almost as Great Britain is 62 or something. It's 50 million people, that's 1 in 6 people in the US still relies on food assistance from charities like Feed. Hunger facts, right here. 44 million people in the United States are food insecure. 13 million children in the United States are food insecure. 49 million people are turned to food programs in 2022. 100% of US counties have food insecurity. Now, is this an emergency? Or you can say, well, as I say, free world, free people, okay, but you have children. What are you going to do with the children? You may say, well, it's the families, but then you show up to those 3 people who unfortunately were killed by the government's deployment in a foreign country to fight something what? And I can go on and on and on, because there are many examples where you have policies or lack of, and these guys don't show up over there. They don't show up. Anybody shows up in Chicago's shooting sprees, especially when night comes or on weekends? No. But they want to ban our weapons. What? Yeah. So therefore, nobody's going to be dying like that. So here is, my friends. This picture is just, these guys are laughing in our faces, just like that. Pop, 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 pop. Or like oink, 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 like pigs. Thank you very much for being with me again today. This is a travesty. And the elections are coming. And because those 3 are all, let's say, African Americans or blacks, or I don't know, call them, he showed up over there to do what? To get the vote? Makes me like vomit. That's a problem with the mass democracy that we have here. They're not over there to do the right thing or to help people. They're over there just to get elected, to do their hanky-panky. This is playing some groups against other groups, when actually it's them against us, or they against us, however. I don't know if they identify as whatever. Fuck them. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.